Hey, all you anime fans out there, welcome back to my channel, Otaku Days. I'm your host, the Otaku Emperor, and today I'm going to discuss something that I've seen quite a bit, and today kind of really pissed me off what I saw today. Today, I was at the mall with my 1-year-old son. We were in V-Stock, we were looking at the anime and manga, and these group of teenagers walk up to me and my son. Well, they didn't walk up to us, they walk up to the anime and manga section. Well, besides us and these teenagers, they're goofing off, having a good time, talking about their favorite animes and manga. When this little kid, I would say about, let's say 9 or 10, walked up to the manga section and pulled out, what the hell was it? He pulled out an anime or a manga that I've never heard of before. I can't even remember the title of it. Well, the teenagers, which were anywhere from the age of 15 to 18, started picking on this little kid for his choice of manga. And, I mean, it really hit home. I mean, this little kid is just trying to enjoy our favorite hobby and pastime, reading manga and watching anime. But these kids sit there and tell him, well, he's not a real fan because he's watching this show that nobody knows or likes. They even at one point pushed the poor little kid. It was quite messed up how they were treating this kid. I finally had enough of it, and I told them they need to stop and leave him alone. Well, they were quite rude with me as well, calling me fat ass, old man. Which I guess to a 15-year-old and 18-year-old, I guess me being 28, close to 30 is, I guess they would consider me an old man, I guess. But I sat there and had enough of them. Like, look, and I'm going to say this to all of you as well. Look, anime and manga is something we all enjoy and love. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out with, say, Naruto or an oldie like Astro Boy, even a title that most people don't know. As long as you're enjoying the fandom, you're an anime fan. As long as you're sharing your love of anime and manga with one other person, it doesn't matter who that person is or what they're into. Anime and manga is the one thing that I believe in this world that actually brings everybody together, because we all enjoy, a lot of people enjoy anime and manga throughout the entire world. Like Dragon Ball Z, it has a huge fandom throughout the entire world. So does Naruto, and a lot of people put down fans that like Naruto because of how much filler Naruto has, and people sit there and say you're not a real anime fan if you only watch Naruto, but you are. Just because it's the only anime you've seen or you started out with doesn't mean you're not a real fan. The only person that could say you're not a real fan is yourself. If you don't really care for anime or manga, but you're like, okay, I'll give it a shot, then you can't sit there and say it. But if you actually have a passion or a love for anime and manga, it doesn't even matter if it's only just one. You're a real fan. Everybody needs to remember that. And stop putting down other people just because they're not into the same genre or the same show or the same manga as you. It's not right. Like I said, it's not right. Because all that does is push people away from how great anime and manga is. It really does. I mean, I had a friend that only read, for the longest time, he only watched shows like the high school romances, like Ouran High Host Club, Rosaria Vampire, things like that. He likes some of the action stuff, but he preferred more of the high school genre. And this group of kids that were in his college anime club sat there and put him down for his taste and told him he's not a real anime fan because he only watches this genre. And after dealing with that for 2 years, he finally had enough and just quit altogether. He got rid of all his anime, got rid of all his manga, his figures. He even got rid of... He had a huge collection of... What do you call those games? I guess the dating sim games. He got rid of all of it. All because for 2 years, this group of people sat there and put him down. When, in actuality, what they should have been doing is not putting him down, but try to see his point of view. And sit there and suggest something for him to watch that he might enjoy. Because there is fighting anime that has to do with the high school life. Like, the Mighty one of these days I'll learn to talk. Kenshi, History's Mightiest Disciple, is one. What else we got? Rosaria Vampire does have a lot of action in it. What else? Freezing is I would say Freezing, because it does take place in kind of a high school where they teach girls to use their special powers until they get the one boy that's able to use them as well. And My Hime is another one that has a lot of action in it. So like I said, it's time that all of us anime fans band together and finally quit bullying each other, putting down each other for our likes. It's okay to tease and say, really, you watch that? In a joking fashion, if it's somebody you're good friends with. Hell, one of my favorite animes is Bakuman, and a lot of people haven't seen it or heard of it. It's a really good manga created by the same creators of Death Note. It's about 2 middle school kids that end up working together. They come together and work together to create a manga and become famous manga artists. One of them writes the story, one does the drawing for it. And it plays out their entire thing all the way through graduation of high school. And it shows the dedication and the hardships that manga artists actually have to go through. It goes into a lot of detail on this stuff. But because it's a lot of people think, when they think of the creators of Death Note, they think it's going to be dark and like a mystery and all that. It's not that type of story. But I get made fun of for liking that show. But you know what? Don't matter. I still love it. I had the entire manga box set at home. I even have the first DVD at home. I wish they would release the rest of the DVD in English, because I really do like the series. And I can watch it all the time. I watch it all the time on Hulu when I get in a mood where I just want to enjoy and have fun and relax. I throw it on because I like watching it over and over again. I'm sorry if this video is a lot of rambling. It's just I wanted to get this off my chest and see if maybe I could get at least one person to change their viewpoint on how they treat somebody that's not into the same anime or manga or genre as them. Just because, like I said, anime and manga is something that I believe brings the whole world together, because there's fans of it throughout the entire world. So hopefully this will change at least one person. If it does, that's awesome. As always, I'm your host, the Otaku Emperor, and peace out.